Welcome, intrepid explorers. Today, we delve into the fateful endings of my enchanted realm. Will you emerge victorious, securing freedom with a companion, or shall you wander lost, forever entwined in the shadows of my creation? The choice, dear friends, lies in your hands.
Alright, let's start things out with excessive summon, excessive blood lost. This one's actually fairly easy to get. You can get max trust with Elysia if you want, though it isn't necessary to do this. As soon as the level starts, you're going to want to go around the cabin and look for 3 plushies. Once you have your 3 plushies, you're going to make your way over to where the entrance to the basement used to be. It's still here, but the door is shut and there's stuff on top of it, but if you interact with it, it'll disappear and the door will open up. Then you're going to go down into the basement. Like before, you're going to interact with the object on the little stand to the left of the stairs, but this time it's a book. This book will have some symbols and it'll tell you what is equal to what. If you look at the shelves, the contents of the shelves will reflect the symbols in this book, and you use that to figure out what order to move the shelves in to open up the door based on the image on the secret door. It's essentially the same, they just added more to it. I guess it makes it seem more like it's magic related, but really it just makes it more annoying. Once you solve the puzzle, the summoning circle will be active. Hurry up and ask your plushies 3 questions, it doesn't matter what they are, and then you'll die and then you'll get your ending. Alright, now for this next one, oops, wrong potions. This one's really simple. You just need to run around the cabin and pick up ingredients, any kind of crystals or random knickknacks you find. It doesn't matter, you're going to need at least 6 of them. And then what you're going to do once you have them is make a beeline over to the cauldron. Once you're at the cauldron, just put in 2 ingredients in at a time and hit cook. And you'll want to do that 3 times. You're either going to end up making a dizzy potion, a poison potion, or a small potion. All 3 of these will cause damage to your character, and once you take 3 hearts worth of damage, that's it. So for turned into a plushie, this one's really easy. All you have to do is either drink her so-called love potion, or do what I do here, and just kind of walk into her to push her. She'll get very mad, and you can say mean things to her as well. Eventually, though, she's going to decide that she had enough of it, and she'll just turn you into a plushie, and that's all there is to it. Alright, next up we've got Killed by the Evil Witch. This is another quick and easy one. All you need to do is as soon as you spawn in, go outside the door, and let the witch beat on you. After she takes away 3 hearts, you'll probably get saved by Elysia and spawn back in the cabin. Just run back out and do it again, and that's it. Alright, so for Broke the Curse, Broke the Soul, you're going to start out wanting to get max trust with Elysia. And you'll know you have max trust because she'll give you an emoji with 3 hearts. Come over here, grab this puzzle piece, and then grab the second one here in the fountain. Once you do that, you're going to go downstairs. Once you rotate all of the shelves, the secret door will open up, as usual, and you come into this really interesting room. The lighting and everything is very different here. Of course, the diary's there, and then you're going to go and you're going to solve this necklace box puzzle. Pretty simple. Just line everything up, and then you need to click on the golden stars and make your way all the way to the center. That's going to get you the necklace. Once you get the necklace, you're going to pull it out, and now the item itself, it will show up in the inventory, but not when you go to use it on things. And so what you're going to do is you're going to press Q to activate it. Prompt you if you want to put the necklace in. We're going to put that in, and that's going to get rid of our temperamental witch and the ghostly witch. And of course, that opens up a portal, which we are then going to take and leave through. And that's it. Alright, in my opinion, this is probably the worst ending to have to go for. Escaped alone. This one I don't like because it can be very finicky at a few points, and it can just be a time sink for something very simple. What you'll need is for Elysia to teach you how to make a health potion, speed potion, and a shield potion, as these will be useful to you for getting out by yourself. She will give you riddles that you'll have to figure out for what the ingredients are. Now the downside is sometimes these are buggy, and she'll actually give you the ingredients for the wrong potion. You might think you were getting a health potion, but instead you made a poison potion because one of the ingredients wasn't correct, or the entire recipe wasn't. There's some hints around the cabin as to what most of the ingredients for a particular potion is, but these hints don't tell you what the potion is, and they don't really give you a good way to figure out what the last ingredient is unless you just trial and error it. Now once you have your potions sorted, you have a couple of options on how to proceed. My personal favorite is to sign the contract once you get max trust, which you should be close to or have by the time you get through all the riddles. This allows you to sign the contract, which will show you where the portal is, and then you can interact with the contract again to destroy it, which will reopen the portal, again showing you where it's at. Then it's just a matter of popping a couple of speed potions and maybe a shield potion, and boom, you're at the exit. Now another method you could actually use is to get Elysia her necklace back, and then she'll be able to follow you outside and create a protective barrier that'll save you from the ghost. Then when you get close enough to the portal, just pop a speed potion, get it far away from Elysia, and exit. It'll treat it as if you're leaving by yourself. One final method for figuring this out is actually just using sound. The portal itself has a distinct noise that it makes, and as long as you turn off the music and you go outside, you should be able to listen for the portal, and it'll get louder if you get closer to it, and it'll fade a little bit if you get further away, usually. Sometimes the audio is a little bit buggy, but I do find that it's generally pretty accurate. Now, if you want a little bit more help, you can also ask Elysia, again if you have max trust, where it is, and she might just tell you, especially if you have her necklace. One way or the other, make your way to the portal, and you're done. Now with the current update, there's actually an easier way to get the escaped alone ending. However, it may get patched out, so I wanted to cover both of these. You can get max trust with Elysia, or at the very least, just get enough that she's not going to auto-attack you for opening up the secret room downstairs. Once you open up the secret room, you're going to get her necklace, and then you're going to go to the summoning circle and use the necklace on the summoning circle by pressing Q. Once you sacrifice the necklace, you're going to get a cutscene, and then you're going to get control of your character. As soon as you get control of your character again, you want to hurry up, back up the stairs, go out the front door, and take the portal. You'll be so far away that it won't count as leaving with her. Alright, now let's cover Escape Together with the Witch. Well, this one's fairly easy now because of the changes that they made to the game. Once again, you're going to get max trust with Elysia, then you're going to go into the basement and you're going to solve the puzzle downstairs. This will open up the secret room. Grab all 3 of the pieces for the box, solve the puzzles, and then you'll get the necklace. Once you get the necklace, take it over to the summoning circle, press Q, and this will let you use it on the summoning circle. Once you use the necklace on the summoning circle, you'll get a couple of cutscenes, and then the portal will open up outside. Make sure Elysia's close enough to you, although in my experience so far, it seems if she's anywhere upstairs in the living room, it's close enough. And then go to the portal and leave. She should come with you. Now if you're not sure though, you could always stand at the exit and wait for her to come to you, and then go to the portal with her.
Now listen closely, dear viewers. If you dare to neglect following my beloved Ice on Twitch, YouTube, and Rumble, or forget to give this video a like and leave a comment, well, let me remind you of the cozy little basement where I once kept my precious guests. You wouldn't want to find yourselves locked away in the shadows, now would you?